Hey, you might be interested in learning how you can buy multifamily property out of state. Well, if you're interested, we got a case study in this video. So without further ado, Daniel, cue in the intro, please. Hey, welcome friend, Juan Pablo here. Now on this channel, if you're new, we like to discuss the 3 pillars to financial freedom, which are personal finance, deals with credit, budgeting, things of that nature, funding, having a repeatable source of investment capital, and last and certainly not least, investing in real estate investing with a focus, with an emphasis on multi-units and multi-family properties. And by the way, again, if you're new, just make sure you click that like button, subscribe, so that way the algorithm can do its thing and provide you with additional videos that get you closer to your goals. So let's go ahead and jump into it, right? We're going to discuss a 5-unit that one of our students bought out of state. Now, I know it can be scary for some. It can be a daunting task. For one, buying a property out of state, but for two, a multifamily, because you might not have that experience. So what I'm going to do is just do a live case study, show you the deal analysis, the settlement statement, and a little bit about the deal analyzer. So we're not going to do a deep dive to the numbers, but I want to show you just a top level, a high level overview of what's to come. All right, so let's jump into it. All right, so this is the property here. And by the way, if you see anything like blurred out, it's because, again, the student closed on the deal. So we want to make sure we keep his deal and his personal information confidential, his email address and all that good stuff. But I'll share with you a few things. So here's the numbers. This is a 5-unit for $289,900, so about $290 for a 5-unit. Now here's the picture of the property here. Now it kind of fooled us, the picture. It looks like a single family if you take a closer look at it, but actually it's a 5-unit. So it just has the outer garments of a single family, but inwardly it's actually 5 units. And here's the revenue right here. So you see the units here, 2 beds, 2 full baths. You see the mix here. And you see a little bit about the numbers here as well. The gross adjusted income. This is pretty much your income that you receive for the property, insurance, utilities. So it's pretty high, $6,500. And it's probably because all these units, the owner probably pays for all units. Okay, and don't let that scare you either if you have to pay for utilities, because you can still cash flow even if you have to pay for those expenses. You see the maintenance and so forth. Then you see here the revenue here. So the utilities that the owner pays for is, it says electric here. So it's $955, $750, $950, $895, and $675. So these are the rents here. Okay, some information about the property. Now just to show you that one of our students closed on it. Here's the HUD. So again, some of the stuff may be blurred out, but I just want to show you just a little bit of proof here. The settlement statement once you close on this 5-unit. Okay, just want to show you that document. Now let's get into the listing. All right, as that populates. As it populates, I just want to share something with you. So you might be thinking about buying multifamily properties and how can you do it out of state and how you can manage it. And it seems overwhelming. You know, how are you able to automate this, put on autopilot? Well, I actually got a video recommendation for you. Just check the link below in the description. We discuss how to put your multifamily business on autopilot. So I definitely want you to take a look at that. All right, so we got the deal analyzer populated. So again, I'm not going to go in depth. I'm not going to go deep into the numbers, but I just want to show you top level overview. So we have the rental income. We already saw on the listing. So this is in yearly totals. We got a vacancy rate here. We have some expenses here, which we just pulled from the listing. You see here, remember that high utility bill was there. We also added additional expenses for management and maintenance. Okay. And then we put in some numbers. So even though the seller wanted close to 290,000, that was the asking price, we were going to negotiate 260. So that way we buy the property with built-in equity. And we got a 20% down payment. We also have some soft costs, meaning costs that you incur outside of your down payment or closing costs, such as entity formations, property inspections, and so forth. So you see the soft costs here being itemized. Okay. And then you happen to see some information here about the financing, how he's going to finance it. And he had no other debt here. You see here, if he had a partner, shows the numbers there. But for this 5-unit, he's cash flowing $1,000 a month, a little bit over. His return, 18%, which is pretty good. So his cash flow per unit is about $200. This is 5 units. 5 times 200 is about 1,000. and he's buying a property with built-in equity of about 9.2%, which is not bad. It's not bad. And you might be thinking, well, okay, well, he bought this property out of state. Well, how is he able to manage it? Well, the goal is to be a real estate entrepreneur where you're not solely focused on you doing all the work. So it's not about being everything from the CEO to the janitor, right? Where you're sweeping the front porch, you're evicting tenants, you're showing vacant units to tenants as well. You're also doing just many other activities in which you get bogged down. So when you're doing all these activities, it makes it somewhat challenging or difficult to scale, right? So we actually share with you, and even if you do manage it yourself, nothing's wrong with it, but if you don't have the proper training, that's how you can end up putting the wrong tenant in the property, or not doing preventative maintenance, right? Or letting your property go bad simply because you're not doing repairs on a regular basis or doing inspections on a regular basis. So there's many things that go involved with the step-by-step process of property management with multi-units, with multifamily properties. So where I'm getting at is this. I know I'm a little tongue-tied here. What I'm getting at is this. You want to make sure you have the right system, whether hiring a reputable property management company or making sure you have the step-by-step process of starting a property management company yourself. So that way you can successfully manage a property out of state. And guess what? I got a video recommendation for you. Just check the link below in which I share with you about property management and out of state investing, because it's extremely important to make sure you have that piece in place, because oftentimes as real estate investors, we tend to focus on the acquisition, like this right here, the numbers, doing the financial analysis, seeing a return, making sure we get the closing. But what we neglect or don't put as much focus on is the management, because once you close, that's one of the most important parts about this process. You got to make sure you manage the property successfully. Okay. So I just want to share with you this deal that he got. He got this online through an MLS listing, because I know a lot of people think, oh, it's an on-market deal, so it must not be good. No, that's not the case. If that's the case, then you won't be seeing these nice numbers here, right? And it's not too challenging or too difficult to do. It's easy. Well, I wouldn't say it's easy. It's simple, I should say, as long as you follow a proven process. So if you're interested in learning more of how you can follow a proven process and get training, then by all means, just make sure that you check out our free training. The link's in the description below. And we share with you how to get multi-unit properties, whether it's inside your backyard or outside your backyard using OPM. All right, guys, that's all I got. Just short, sweet video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, it's to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately.